Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? God damn it, what do you want?
Welcome to Potion Sword Run. It seems gamers don't really know what they want these days, right? I mean, always complaining about everything. The latest showcase from Sony just proves that. Now, so much discussion, so much I love video games. I love video game culture, all of it. There's always the grifting, the bullshit, the celebrating, all of it. I love it. Love it. It just goes to show that there's so many people out there that have different opinions, personalities, but we all just love video games. Well, at least most of us, You know what I mean. But it seems these days that gamers just aren't happy. Just aren't happy with anything. And I get it too, because I'm jaded sometimes when it comes to modern gaming and what they have to offer, But once in a while you get something that really does pique your interest. For me, the Dawn of Daywalkers, freaking looks awesome. I can't wait to play that. I'm gonna have a blast just, exploring the world. I even stopped watching stuff about it just because I know I'm gonna get the game, so might as well. But I've been seeing a lot of discourse online when it comes to a couple of games, a few franchises that I want to touch on this subject, on this video. And the first one is Laufey, God of War Laufey, where it shows Kratos' wife being reborn in the afterworld, and she has to battle a bunch of different freaking gods and shit. I like the premise of the story. I love it. I really do. And I don't mind playing as a female. I don't mind playing as Kratos' wife. I'm not really a fan of God of War. Even the originals I wasn't really a fan of. I played them and I was like, oh, okay. I never really passed them. I never really got into them. I didn't like them. So when it came to the latest ones that came out on PlayStation 4 and 5, Ragnarok, and the one before that, the first one, the reboot, whatever, it just wasn't for me. I played the first one, the reboot, and it was okay. I like it. It's kind of cool. You can throw the axe and shit, and then it comes back to you. But to tell you the truth, there was a kid that kind of just spoiled it for me. I don't really care about the kid and relationship. I don't know. It was not for me. But I did like the story how his wife died, and then him and his kid go out, and go live or explore. I don't know what the hell the story was because I didn't finish it. But I don't know. Playing as a kid didn't do it for me. I wanted to be I wanted to be Kratos and just, I don't know. The kid. It's the kid. I'm sorry. The kid did it for me. I'm not into kids. But playing as a wife, scorned dead, maybe she has a chance to come back or something, the story-wise intrigues me. The story. But the gameplay, again, it's not where it's for me. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. But there's a lot of people out there that, it seems split to me. That some people are intrigued, like me. Some people who are fans of God of War, or think they're fans of God of War, true fans. They're the ones that seem to be complaining. Even David Jaffe doesn't think it's a God of War game. But I don't see how it's not a God of War game. But again, I'm not a true fan, but I followed God of War. I follow video games, so I know that he's battled demons. I know those gods. I know that he switched different to Norse mythology, from different mythologies. I follow it. He had a kid, and all that bullshit. Yeah, so I know about it. And but what I hear from people who play the originals is that all they want from God of War is a badass Kratos that digs chicks, and kills people and rips gods apart. And that's all they want from him. They don't want any personal or any type of development when it comes to the character. Even after all these 20, I don't know how old freaking Kratos is, how long they made him. Not in real years, but. In real years, not in game years, his age. So, you would think in 20 years that he's been from the original, that he would grow in development and character. So, yeah, I get it that he has a kid. I get it that he has a wife. And it's especially the ones who grew up with Kratos in the beginning, let's just say he was like a young man at the time, and now there were young men too, teenagers, and now we're older. Some of us have kids, some have families and stuff. You would think that they would, want to see that aspect, that part of Kratos too. But it seems like a lot of the people who were fans of the original supposedly don't. And then plus, we got all the grifters and people who just complain because you're playing as a woman. And people don't like playing as women for some reason. But she looks freaking badass from the visuals, from what I seen. Like, you can actually see the pain and like the emotions when she's actually swinging the sword and fighting and everything. That looks freaking cool to me. I just wish it was, for me, maybe like in another franchise. Maybe if it was like Dom's wife from Gears of War 2, where spoiler. Anyway, Dom's wife dies, and he gets to like go try to rescue her and shit, and see her one last time. Maybe it's just like, in that world it doesn't make sense because it's not like you don't die and battle gods and shit. But if there was like a where I can play from Dom's perspective, and it's been so long that people won't make that game. But that's something that I had a connection with, so I would want to play that game, And if this was it, I'd be on that shit on day one, like freaking white on rice, or whatever expressions you guys like to use. So personally, I think it looks cool, but I can understand the discourse because first of all, we're gonna have the grifters women, and then we just have people who want just another Kratos like before, and then those that just want a Kratos now, like the way he is now, but a continuation of that story. And I get that too, but it leads me to another point, and as gamers, like we complain when it comes to making reboots and reskins and selling us the same games and shit. But then again, we complain when we get games in the same franchise that are like spin-offs for some reason. And this is like, even though it's not a mainline God of War featuring Kratos, it's still a Kratos story. It's part of his heart. It still features him, and you get to like fill in the blanks and understand Kratos more because you understand his wife and what he's struggling with. You know what I mean? So like if you're a fan of God of War and Kratos, you would think that this would just be up your alley. So it goes with every other spin-offs and stuff, which leads me again to Silent Hill. They recently rebooted Silent Hill 2, and it was a success. I even bought it, and I played the first Silent Hill. But I never passed it because I'm mostly an Xbox fan, and by the time that I was playing Silent Hill, like I wasn't into PlayStation, and it was a PlayStation exclusive, so I ended up selling on PlayStation, didn't get a part 3. So anyways, I wasn't really into the franchise as much as PlayStation fans are. So when it came out on Xbox recently, and PlayStation, I have a PlayStation now 5, but anyways, I got it on Xbox. It was on sale. I like it. I haven't passed it yet. I'm gonna pass it, because I play so many games. But it was good, and so it kind of revived the franchise. And then we have Silent Hill F, which is a spin-off. Not the main life, not part 4. What Silent Hill? I think they have part 3 already, right? Anyways, it's not like a mainline release. It's a spin-off, but it's still within the Silent Hill world. So you get to learn more about the world, the lore, and just everything. And yes, they play a little bit different, I guess, especially when it comes to the new Silent Hill that they showed during the showcase. Townsfolk. Anyways, that one apparently plays a lot different. It's more like a hide and seek type of game, which I don't really like. I don't like hide and seek games. I don't even like being chased in games, like in Resident Evil, where I'm being chased. Like I don't really like those sequences. But I like more if I have guns and I can like fight this evilness. More like the first Resident Evil or Resident Evil 2. Anyways, I like a little bit more action, I guess, in the games. I don't mind horror though, but let's just say I'm not a huge fan of Silent Hill. But if I was, because I'm getting into it right now because I'm playing the first one, I want to get the second one, Silent Hill F, because I want to get the Japanese kind of virgin feel perspective of it, and it's, the thing is, it's all the lore under the same umbrella, and it's just like you're getting stories from here, you're getting stories from there, but it's all within the same universe. And I don't understand why gamers don't like that. I mean, I like that. I like spin-offs. I freaking love spin-offs. Especially if they can make them within a reasonable amount of time. Like Silent Hill. I mean, what? It came out, 3 years ago? Then 1 year ago? I don't know. They seem to come out every year, which is fine with me. Or every year and a half, 2 years. It's fine with me because it keeps you fresh in the memory. All the lore, the stories, the characters, everything. But again, I look online and people are complaining. A lot of people are complaining that, again, it's not a Silent Hill game. Because it doesn't take place in Silent Hill? I mean, yeah, I get it, but Silent Hill is more than just the location. It's like an idea. But I digress. And then we have those who complain because he's black. You can't help those people. They're gonna grift because that's what they do, and they cater to a certain people out there, and they're just the lost cause. Eventually, hopefully, they'll find their way to civil society. But what can you do about that? So I mean, it just seems like these days, no matter what we release, or not we, but video game companies out there release, it's just like people aren't happy with it. When it came to Mina, which is a freaking awesome game, I freaking love it. It's super hard, but it's freaking rewarding when you actually get past a certain part. It's not to the point where like not Hollow Knight, but the second one. I forgot the name of it because like I didn't connect with it. It was too damn freaking hard. It was hard to the point where it wasn't fun. It was like just frustrating. And even though I do get frustrated sometimes at Mina, the Hollower, it's just fun, and it's like, I don't know. It's just even when you die, like it's like the things that you've accomplished besides killing the enemies, like the puzzles or trying to find little things, are already unlocked. So it just makes it easier on the second time and the third time around, and you get to know the patterns and stuff like that. So it does get easier. Sometimes you get better strategies, like just running away, and I do that quite a lot in Mina, just to get past certain parts where it's just been frustrating. But I find different ways of completing those parts. But again, I digress. People are complaining about it because they receive 10s from a lot of outlets. I mean, I think it's a great game. I probably would give it a 10 too. Maybe not a 10 because it's super hard. Maybe a little, like an inch down, and then I would give it a 10. I give it like a 9.5. But people are hating on it just because it's a good game. So it's like, even when it's a good game and people are praising it, people are still complaining about it. So it just like goes to show that gamers just really don't know what they want. They ask for like AAA spectacles, and when they're given to them, they'll buy it. They ask for they complain when there's a bunch of remakes and stuff like that. But then again, people buy them, but they still complain. When they come out with cool ass characters that are still like in the same world, people complain. Even when they come out with new IPs and stuff, like they did in this showcase, people complain. So it just seems like gamers just can't be pleased. So it's definitely hard job for publishers, executives and shit. Like, I don't care about them, whatever executives. But I mean, just, imagine going to your job and be like, I have an idea of what gamers might want. And the thing is, like, you're investing millions of dollars into these projects and shit, and it takes years and stuff. And then, even to develop them to a certain point, to show gamers, to see their reactions, and they all just shit on it. I mean, imagine that. Like, you're just like, and they're like, fuck. And imagine if you're like an indie developer, or like you have an indie studio, and you guys been pouring like all your money, like all of you guys, like your resources, your money, not like publishers' money, into things, and then into games, and then gamers are just shitting on them because gamers don't know what they want. Man, it's just, I don't know. I just been looking at the discourse online right now, and it's just ridiculous, But it's not just the gamers that are to blame, because the developers too don't really know what they want. And of course, they want money. Most of the publishers, that's what all they think about. But they really kind of don't know what kind of games they want to make either. They look at everyone else and try to copy what's cool, what's in the fad, and end up losing money and customers in the process, because again, I guess it seems like everybody just doesn't really know what they want right now. Maybe the industry was always like that, and we just never noticed. I don't know, but I seem to be noticing that just like so many people are just everywhere. Maybe it's just the nature of things because we all are different and have different opinions. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. But thank you guys for listening. If you're still here, yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.